been making pizzas professionally for what, 20 years?
20 years.
20 years, but really baking pizzas since for 30, if you count your
And
sort
I
of
had a
apprentice days.
bakery for 4 years before I opened the pizzeria in Red Bank, New Jersey, with a wood-fired oven,
Really?
which was super before.
That was way before.
Oh, it was so before, like, suburban New Jersey knew what wood-fired bread
Well, why
was.
wood? Why were you doing wood? What drew you to that way of doing baking?
No, there was something so historic about it, and like old-fashioned and just mysterious, that it just turned me on. And I was like kind of baking a lot, and just like reading a lot of books and stuff, and going to Italy with my parents whenever we did, and just like falling in love with so many aspects of it. And I was living with my grandmother at the time, and I was getting up and baking. I had like bread schedules, and I was baking everything on like a pizza stone in her oven. And I mean, literally, her entire kitchen looked like a commercial bakery. And I was just making this stuff and like giving it to my mom. She was bringing it to work. I was giving it to neighbors.
You're just doing it.
I was doing it.
This
I
is
was
how it
obsessed.
starts.
I was obsessed.
John Arena, a great pizzeria guy here in the States, wrote an article in which he talked about you as being one of the true artists in the pizza world, somebody with an artistic vision. There is something distinctive about you. You do it a certain way. It's not cookie cutter. It's not like everybody else. You know, what are the pieces that that you were able to cobble together that create your style?
I have a big passion for things that are authentic and old, even if they're not that great.
So when you were in Italy, did you experience pizza, authentic pizza, so to speak,
Yeah.
that was more in the style of what you're doing now?
When I was going to Naples and I really got into the pizza, which ultimately was my main influence, was Naples, is that a lot of it was based on, you know, my idea, what I thought it used to be, like naturally leavened, wood-fired, like all these things. Like basically I used to want to be into making a product that was the same as it was in Pompeii. Also, I think the pizza that we make evolved from just making it. It was before the internet, it was before all these things, so in a sense I kind of put it to the same idea of like punk rock music or anything, you know, when it was still innocent, if it was, to where it was like, you did things without any expectations, and you did things without any real influence from anyone else other than your little world. I love my life and the way I do things. So people are like, well, what are you just gonna keep making pizza? I'm like, maybe. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just gonna keep doing this and then drop dead. What else am I gonna do?
And you kind of can say, but what's wrong with making pizza, you know? And
Truly, I don't think making pizza would kill me. I mean, I live a very clean life. I don't drink, I don't smoke, I exercise, I eat well. I don't eat pizza every day. You know, I try to approach this like an athlete in a sense, you know. I really am a big believer in the idea of like building a foundation and then letting everything else kind of take care of itself. Think a space like this where you would walk in and there's like a counter and an oven and nothing else. If it wasn't based off the fact that I had a history and that I did something already, it would seem fake or contrived or corporate. When I had the oven delivered and when we were gonna put it in, I just figured, let's just put it in front of the door to look awesome. And the first night we opened, and I had to stand there and make the pizza, I was just like, oh my God, this was the worst decision I've ever made. It was so sick.
did you feel like you were like,
oh, it was awful. I had never
on
experienced
stage
anything like that. It was super awful. And all of a sudden, like every single person that walked through the door, like made like eye contact
right at you,
with
yeah,
me, and
yeah.
like, and actually that glass that's on there was not the original. That was out of my, you know,
a barrier.
self-preservation.
Barrier
Like
there,
it's something to keep you out of my face.
Right. What do you want your customers to experience when they eat your pizza? Have you ever thought about that? What experience are you trying to give them?
I would say I just want them to eat it and see that it's true. You know, I guess the thing that we would all hope for the most is that people come in and sort of get that it's almost like coming into someone's house and it's treated with like an openness and an open heart. And I felt like, well, this is what I'm gonna do for a living and this is how I'm gonna make money, but I'm never gonna compromise myself doing that. And it's so obviously that is a battle. I think coming up now or trying to open a place like this now, I don't know if you could do it and stay true to yourself or do it in almost an innocent, naive way because of the the way the world is now with the internet and
Yeah.
with social media and with all these things. It's like nowadays, like you open a place, in 5 minutes, everybody around the world can know that it stinks and have pictures of you and all
Yeah,
this stuff. Where
yeah.
back then it was like you opened up and it was like you had like 6 months of crappy products. Who knew except the 10 people that came in the door?
Right. You kind of went from like being off Broadway to being on Broadway, so to speak.
But
in a
luckily
way.
I had a history of doing something.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, it's like
You had a foundation.
I
and
had a
it paid
foundation.
your
Exactly. It
dues
goes
and-
back to what
yeah.
I had said.
You
It's
weren't
like
just a
I
flash in
build
the
a-
pan looking for glory. You know?
Exactly. And now I feel like it's very difficult. How could you even open a place and build it and be not good at what he's doing and little by little build his experience and be in business and figure things out? How can you do that now?